We are back. This is Creativity is the Cure. I am your host, Malcolm Moore, and today I am with Ella J. Basco and the Sibs. How you doing, guys?
Hello.
Hi.
Just to do a little bit of an introduction, we've got Ella, she's an actress, a singer, a songwriter, a guitarist. We've got Deuce, who is an actor, rapper, and drummer. He also wanted to let everybody know that he plays baseball. And we've got Emerson, who's an actress, singer, bassist, and director.
Yes.
Does that sound right, guys?
Yes.
Tell everybody a little bit about your band before we get started so we have some context here. I've known you guys for a few years, and I've heard your recordings and see you playing live. How would you describe your music to people that have never heard it?
I would say, we're still discovering our sound, but I think we definitely fit in that indie pop, sort of indie alternative rock category. Which is something I really like because we're really starting to find our sound in our performances and stuff. But yeah, we're Ella J. Basco and the Sibs. We're all siblings and we're all actually related.
Ages going around, starting with Ella?
Oh, I am 18.
16.
And I'm 14.
So this podcast is about how you use the creative part of your brain, not only to make the art and the music that you normally do, or the movies and TV shows, directing, but how to use that part of your brain in your real life to help solve problems. So let's go way back in time to when you guys were little. Emerson, what is your first creative memory? It doesn't have to be bass or all this cool stuff you do now. When is the first time in your life where you're like, oh my God, I can color outside the lines? Maybe you did a drawing or you just discovered the part of yourself that is not predictable and you're like, whoa, what?
I think it was probably when I first started getting into film.
And how old were you?
I was probably like 6 or 7, and I started making like little films. And
did you make them on a phone or what did you use?
On an iPad, like our family iPad.
iMovie.
She would do she would do like little news reports on the vacations that we'd go on and stuff.
Yeah,
this is Emerson coming to you live from the beach.
No,
like that.
I would actually, and I felt like that was a way that I could really connect.
It was so creative, though.
She would also film her like American Girl doll.
Oh yeah, she was an influencer and a YouTuber without like posting them. Like
wow, and does this footage still exist somewhere?
Probably.
Let's not find it though. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, good. So that was your thing. How about you, Deuce? What's your first memory of being creative? And it doesn't have to be the stuff you did now.
For me, I'd say it's very young because ever since I was like a little kid, you could like put me in a room and I'd figure out like how to entertain myself. So I remember like when we first moved into this house, I was probably about like 5 years old. And we used to have this one blue chair, and it had a bunch of holes on it. And I found a ping pong ball one day, and I made up a game with the chair and a ping pong ball, and I entertained myself for probably like 2 hours straight.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. And how about you, Ella? First memory. Baby Ella. What is she doing?
Ukulele.
I mean, I feel like for me, they love making fun of me. I feel like for me, well, I mean, I think we were always such a creative family, and we always grew up around music and art and stuff.
When you were 10 years old, you said, "My name is Ella."
Okay.
First ever song.
Besides that, I think
amazing.
Honestly, I loved songwriting from a really young age, and I remember I got one of my first notebooks and wrote a bunch of really dumb, unrealistic, unrelatable songs about random stuff.
So was the first thing the words, though?
Yeah, like writing them and singing a melody to myself that I like created myself.
Yeah. Did you think that they were synonymous? Like, did they come together, or did you write some words and then think, how am I going to sing this? At
this time, I was probably like 4 or 5, so honestly, I think I was still grasping. No, seriously, what?
Cat.
No.
Why are you guys looking at me?
Nothing.
See, this is how you can tell we are siblings.
Your first ever song you wrote?
10
years old.
Okay, that was a collaborative song. I'm talking about like when Auntie Nana gave me like a notebook. We're going on a tangent about this for an unnecessary reason.
Okay, this is good because we're going to get there.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. Your parents, I know you guys well, but I want you to answer for the listeners. Do you think that your parents passed on any creative DNA, or it was the environment you grew up in? Do you see any of your dad in you or your mom in you? Did they pass any traits of creativity down to you?
I think our whole family is very creative, and we, like I said before, we grew up in that environment constantly.
Your extended family.
Mm-hmm. But also, I think we do like to joke from a musical standpoint. We do like to joke that my parents don't really know anything musically, through No, I'm saying they know artists and they know that, but playing and understanding it in that way. But they really do support us, and I think my dad is also, he's an actor, and my mom is a talent manager, so they are very much in the film industry, and they're in
the industry. But isn't your dad a DJ?
Oh, and
you need musical skill for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was a part of his own band with his brothers.
What?
Oh yeah. Well, rapping. I meant more
they were called the Basco Bros.
Playing instruments. You know what I mean?
The Basco Bros?
Basco Brothers.
More on that later. Okay, so you want to finish your thought? So you see them more as in the entertainment business, but not necessarily music focused.
I think they're very creative, generally speaking, though, and I think that has definitely influenced the three of us and has definitely fueled our careers as well. Even when they just love showing us movies, in that sense too, with acting and stuff, they're always showing us movies and showing us, different artists and stuff.
Maybe the common theme is performing, right? Mm-hmm. Emerson, is there any personality traits of your parents? Do you, sometimes realize, oh my God, that's my dad?
Yeah, for sure. I think that my mom really taught me how to have this confidence, demeanor about myself. Even when I'm on stage or when I'm directing something, I feel very strong and powerful because that's just who my mom is and stuff. Mm-hmm. Especially just her personality, and I feel I really take after that, when I'm on set or directing or when I'm on stage, and I really want to own the stage and everything.
What about your dad?
My dad, I probably have his goofiness. My dad's pretty funny. He's normally my first AD or any kind of helper that I have on set with me. He's always there. Both of them are super duper supportive.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That I've seen a lot of. How about you, Deuce?
For me, I probably see my dad a lot in myself, because he's constantly figuring out ways to either create or fix something. So let's say,
he's always giving us ideas.
He always is either giving us ideas, coming to us as a band saying hey, for a song, what if you guys tried this? I think it would be really cool. And from that, it's given me more thought on the music and trying to put in my own kind of flavor, I guess, to
so it's
what we're creating.
Ideas, but also problem solving.
Yeah, also problem solving. He'll figure out how to fix something with just a cardboard box sometimes. He's
he's like MacGyver.
He really would. He knows a lot and how to fix
What about your mom?
things. My mom,
she's very passionate.
She's very passionate and stands her ground about things.
Mm-hmm. I think what Emmy said too, she's definitely helped build our confidence.
Yeah. She is constantly supporting us and hyping us up to everyone.
What she does for a living, doesn't she help a lot of younger actors and stuff like that? So does some of that.
Well, it's a whole range of actors. She helps people our age and people older. But
part
I think
of what she does is supporting
creative artists. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think her doing that and then being in the industry definitely helps. I wouldn't call it nepotism or anything, but I think it's that cool advantage that we have from our parents being from having perspective and also just being so supportive. And I feel if they weren't in this industry, it'd definitely be a lot harder for us to pursue the career we have.
She can give you a little bit more realism than somebody that doesn't know.
Yeah.
All right, let's go backwards. How about Jews? Do you think people can use the creative part of themselves or any kind of creativity to solve issues with depression or anxiety?
I do think that it is possible, because I feel when someone could get problems off or kept to themselves, they understand their own problems, and with that maybe they're going through problems at home or something like that, they'll really in their own thoughts, I feel they could create a way to figure out how to make themselves happier, I guess, or just figure out a way to get themselves help.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, Emerson, because we talked about this earlier, can people use creativity to solve depression or anxiety issues? But I want you to think about it two ways. Does it help maybe listening to music or watching a movie, and then also making something creative?
For me personally,
Yeah.
or just in general?
For you, well, let's start with you personally. Do you think people can escape into something and get a little mental break, or can you make some kind of art that helps you process things?
Whenever I kind of think of this, I always think of the movie Soul. You know, where
that's
people
a
get
wonderful
into
movie.
like the zone and stuff. And I feel like whenever I'm making art or doing something creative, I always get into that kind of zone where I just kind of feel safe and like nothing can really touch me, I guess. And I feel like art is something that doesn't really have like a boundary to it. It's more just something that you can make on your own. There's like no strict rules about making art, and I feel like that's why it helps so many people, because there's no certain rules for you to follow about it, and you don't have to worry about fitting in or doing something very specifically.
It's like a safe zone,
Yeah.
even if you make a mistake, right?
Even if you make a mistake, yeah.
Right. How about you, Ella?
I think the way we write music can also be very therapeutic for the three of us, and also performing it too. Like that release when being able to sing a really aggressive song that we've written is just so satisfying to me, especially if it's about something that, because I write a lot of my music about personal stuff, and that's, I feel, the easiest way for me to write too, because it can help you release a lot of that emotion into your music. And a lot of our songs too are also about stuff that I have gone through or we've gone through, and so it definitely cures that, I think.
Can I ask you, because I know some of your stories and some of your songs, like the song like Fake. Mm-hmm. So how long ago did you write that?
That was at like the end of 2022.
All right, so you've been doing it for a couple of years.
Kind of,
And
yeah. Because
the
then we started
topic-
then we started recording the song. And
Right.
then, yeah.
But as far as the lyrics and singing, the topic, and that was something you were upset about, do you find that, obviously the first few times you sang it was probably great to let it out?
Yeah.
Right? But what if you've done that for 2 years? Do you get to the point where I can't get back in that zone because I've already processed it? Or can you jump right back into that and be like, I'm still mad about this, or I'm going to use anything I'm frustrated to let out through
Yeah.
this?
The thing is, I'm trying to think now when specifically I officially wrote the song. I can look at it, but I just remember we wrote the song a while ago, but
Right.
we only started to record it and it officially got released as of this year.
Right.
And so it's kind of an older song, even though to other people it's new. And
Right.
we've only been sort of publicizing it in our more recent shows, obviously. But I think that when I'm performing this song, it can be interpreted in a million different ways. And what I like about Fake is that there's more than one person that you can think about within the experience
That's a great
of someone
observation.
being fake.
So
you
it's
know?
always an emotional release.
Right,
But you
yeah.
might point that somewhere different every time.
Right, yeah. And sometimes it could be towards the same thing, or sometimes it couldn't. So I think that's why it's just really fun to play.
All right, here's a really fun one. Deuce, who is a musical artist that is very creatively inspiring to you?
Yes. Also, for the last one, I feel like I didn't understand the question, but
It's okay.
I know
You
a lot of
answered it
stuff you
well.
listen to. So, who is a musical artist that you listen to? What musical artist that you listen to do you think is the most creative and that just on a constant basis blows you away because you just can't believe, where are all these ideas coming from?
for me, it's definitely Lil Yachty. In a way, he started his career off as this rapper, and this he kind of had this persona. He had this persona of I don't really care about the music I'm making. I don't really care.
I'm not
just,
answering to anyone.
Yeah, all that. But now he's really flourished over the past 6 years into his own creator, and he is constantly changing it up on things, changing it up on people. Recently, I remember in 2022, 2023, he released an alternative rock album after doing crazy 808 rap music, and
Yeah.
it was such a switch up on people, and everyone was shocked And like within this recent year, he also just dropped an album with James Blake, which is also like kind of like softer than like his mainstream music. And like,
so do you like people that are pioneers that are not afraid to just keep trying new stuff?
He just keeps trying new stuff, like even with his like style too. Like I'd say he's very like abstract, like with his outfits, with the way he like carries himself, and it just inspires me.
Yeah, he's got a variety of different directions that he... Yeah. What about you, Emerson?
Okay, someone who really always...
When I asked you, I thought you were pointing to yourself.
So pick me.
Someone who really, I feel like, always surprises me creatively is Bjork.
You and me both.
Yeah, I feel like her music, every single time I listen to it, it's just something new.
Yeah.
And it's between her bells and whistles and her vocals. She's just so talented, and even just watching her live performances,
she's like from another planet.
Yeah,
right?
And her music videos, just watching her music videos makes me want to direct something like that or create something like that, because they're so random, but at the same time they tell a story that you didn't know that like Goldilocks and Three Bears could carry like a tragic story that she had.
Yeah.
You would never think of that, and I just feel like her different bells and whistles that she adds to her songs just add another layer to her music, and she's not afraid. Like she's like the coolest style and the coolest personality, I feel, out of like every single artist, because she doesn't care what people think, and she's not there for the fame or anything. She's there because
she's really exploring, right?
Yeah, she's just exploring, and that she just really loves what she does, and I feel like that's what the importance is of like art and stuff. Like
that inspires you.
Yeah, what inspires you and what drives you to do to live and stuff. And I feel like Bjork is a beautiful representation of, just letting yourself be who you are.
Yeah, she's a great example. And I first saw her, I think, 1988. She was with a band called the Sugar Cubes.
Oh yeah, the Sugar Cubes.
Every year she comes up with something that I would never predict, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, like she started off as like a jazz artist. Like her first album was I don't know.
Yeah, the one I sent you, she was 11.
Yeah, our guitar
put
teacher
out in Iceland,
her stepdad produced it.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
She's very embarrassed of it. Like if you ask her about it, I've heard, but if you ask her about it, she's
You're
very
friends with her? You talk to her?
Yeah, actually I do. No, I don't. No, I wish.
I'm talking to her right now.
I wish. Bjork, if you see this, will you marry me? It's my official proposal.
Okay, Ella. Who inspires you that's extremely creative in your point of view?
What's funny is that even before this, we were just playing you a bunch of music that we're really interested in.
Really good stuff.
And all of them were new. But I'm going to go off and answer my siblings aren't expecting. But I actually think a lot of that too is No Doubt. I liked them even before we performed with part of their
tell everybody
band,
what that experience was first before you get into this.
So
how did you get to play with them?
The three of us were luckily invited not only by the organization Muzak, shout out to Muzak, Donna Carey and all of them, but also this man named Malcolm Moore invited us. And he was really cool, and so he told us about this opportunity, and we were like, yeah, let's do it.
So it was everybody in the band, just everybody knows, except Gwen
Stefani. We were basic.
So Tom, Tony, Adrian.
We were Gwen Stefani, and I had loved their music before we had done that performance, but I think my love for them deepened getting to see like their musicality in person and stuff.
What was it like to just stand up on stage and sing with that band?
Very surreal. It was very cool and a very liberating moment, I think, for the three of us.
I saw them live at Coachella.
Yeah, and then that's what was cool about it too, is that I feel like part of what, not saying that we did this, but part of that experience sort of also maybe helped influence their Coachella performance.
I think you played a big part because the band had been apart for about 10 years.
Yeah, they hadn't reunited before that performance that we did.
They hadn't played that music until they played with you, and then less than a year later, they were playing with
Gwen at Coachella.
I remember reading an article about that influence.
I think it was also like really cool how not only like we were so amazed by this, but also like our parents and their generation was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
Yeah, they were freaking out too.
And I feel like the fact that they have so much power, or so like they were able to take their music and carry it through so many generations is so cool. And the fact that it can last that long and how it still makes people feel a certain way.
Also,
so cool.
Timeless music.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, we were singing with them, Just a Girl, Underneath It All, Sunday Morning, Spiderweb. Yeah, we were singing all of their hits, and it was so much fun. And you could tell that everybody enjoyed that performance.
So
like,
much fun.
Old, new,
And
like
those guys
everybody.
in the band, their energy is contagious. You
Right,
guys,
yeah.
all three
They're
of you guys
great
had
performers.
like 1,000-watt smiles during that.
I know,
Yeah.
they're great.
Yes, oh my
they're
God.
amazing performers. And
And
even
they're
like,
so sweet.
we could go on a whole tangent about this too, but like even when we sound checked with them in a
They're
separate
very
studio,
inviting.
like they were super nice and honestly they didn't even have to because we are like 3 kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they didn't
weren't
have
condescending.
to.
I was there for the rehearsal.
And they were
were
super sweet and
humble.
really genuine people. And I think it's also because all of them are like dads and stuff too. But
We sang with
I know in Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I remember correctly, there were 8 singers, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had Magnolia, which is Adrian's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had
Ripley,
Audrey
Audrey.
Yared, Ripley Rodriguez.
Shout out Audrey Yared.
Yeah.
We had Sochi
Zochi.
and Sasha,
And Sasha,
the
yeah,
sisters.
what was her name?
And then us 3.
Yeah.
No, it was a girl.
That's it.
Tiger Lily.
Oh,
Tiger Lily,
Tiger
of course,
Lily,
yeah,
yeah.
she was
Oh my
great too.
God.
And so everybody took turns, except Deuce was the only rapper.
Oh yeah, Deuce was
And-
rapping.
Yeah.
Killed it on that one.
The underneath it all rap.
Yeah, that was so cool. You recently, through some of the same people, got to open up for Yola Tango. Very different experience, right?
Yeah.
So you guys got to do your own set opening for them.
Yeah, so instead of singing with them, we did our own whole performance before them, and that was really fun. We knew who Yola Tango was, but what was funny about it is that they had done like a lot more of a low-key chill set, which was an amazing set. We were so
Yeah,
interested in what they
just
were
so
doing.
people know, they were standing in a line.
I know.
And it's so
yeah.
great that Georgia, the
Yeah.
drummer, I love that. She's in the
like
middle.
tapping with her fingers. And
floor
She's
tom.
playing the drums, standing
tom.
up, kind of like Mo Tucker from Velvet Underground. And then you're right at that one point, that really delicate song.
she just
She put her
taps.
brushes and her sticks down. She's just hitting it like with one
with
finger.
her fingers.
And it
yeah.
added so much to the
And
song.
she was only using a floor tom, a snare, and a
No
ride.
bass drum.
No.
It was like
Crazy.
the Tiny Desk version of their regular
Yes,
music,
it was
pretty
like
much.
that.
And we got to watch
Yeah.
them sound
check and
before
everything,
we performed, and that. I
And
feel
again,
like
they
even-
were cool too,
even just
right?
That
Yeah,
like
they
made
used
us
some of-
like. I guess for me too, like I felt like inspired just from watching them sound check before we performed. Like I was like, it's crazy that she could like make so many different sounds with just like 3
Yeah.
parts of like a full drum kit,
And standing
then-
and singing.
and standing and singing
And
at the same
harmonizing.
time.
Yeah,
Crazy.
she would do the lower harmony. And
Yeah.
then
You know what?
Which
I
is
But
cool.
an unorthodox way they would do, like each person, someone would sing lead, but then the other 2 would support them, even though
Do
they had
backup.
extremely different
they,
voices.
they
Right.
all 3 of them, like, they would switch off and everything.
Atypical too.
I
They
feel
also
like
Yeah, boy genius.
Yeah, relating to your like topic of this podcast,
Yeah.
too, after we saw them sound checked, we like kind of pulled an audible and we were like, oh, we want to play this song instead of this song. I guess because it like,
right. I forgot
fit
about
their,
that.
It fit their vibe of like their kind of music, and it would segue our set into their set. I feel like that was kind of like a creative moment to like for us.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys were kind of,
We were
I think with that, you're kind of like reading the room. Like
Yeah.
you're all planned out and you're like, wait a minute, maybe this song would work better.
Yeah.
We still played our
still
crazy
played our
stuff
crazy
because
stuff,
I
but-
think the contrasting, 2 different sounds between both people is what made it more interesting, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that we stuck to our unique style. We just wanted to do like a
song.
transitional song that made more sense for them to play after.
I think that really worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here's 2 really fun questions. First one, if you could have anybody produce your next album, LJ Basco and the Sibs.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nobody look at each other.
That's pretty
Because I
good.
know, I love you guys because you're also different. Emerson, who would you, let's say that we did an EP and you get to pick the producer on one song and then the other guys to produce. Make the choice.
Are they allowed to be, like,
Anybody.
deceased or dead?
Let's go with living people.
Okay.
I'll let you do both.
Okay,
First
okay.
deceased, then living.
Deceased?
Because you never know who's listening.
Oh, yeah.
Emerson.
Hello, Elliott Smith. Yeah, no, I would definitely choose. I feel like, I really like a rock vibe and everything, but I've been listening to a lot of, like alternate indie kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I guess that's Elliott
Right.
Smith. And he was such an amazing artist, and I think
Agreed.
because of that was because he was feeling so much inside of him.
Really strong.
Yeah, he was feeling
Extremes.
strong emotions, and I feel like that's why he produced such amazing music and created amazing music. And I just like the vibe of all of his songs because they all fit in the same genre, but they all feel a different feeling. Like, he has music about having a little crush on a girl, and then he has a song about, having really deep depression. And
Right.
those are two different topics, but he still seems to execute this, like, really amazing song that fits in the same genre somehow.
So there's a broad spectrum of intense emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So how about living, though?
Yeah, living person.
Probably it would be really cool if, like, I don't know if there's a Cocktail Twins.
Cocteau Twins.
Yeah, Cocktail Twins.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I really like their vibe and just how their harmonies and everything are so satisfying to my ears, I feel. And I listen to them like every day when I'm on the bus and just puts me in a good mood. But I feel like they have all sorts of music where it's universal. And I feel like it would be good for everyone.
Diverse.
Yeah, very diverse.
Yeah, they are astounding. I love that band. All right, how about you, Ella? This is your song. They don't get a say.
I mean, on an ultimate, like, fantasy level, I think it would be cool if, like, someone like Pharrell hopped on and did something with us. Oh, dang.
No,
why are we thinking the same thing? Like, that would be super cool because I think he's a genius.
Why is that, though?
He's a genius,
to me,
but I also think his range is really crazy, and I think he would even enjoy, like, some of the stuff that we do. That's, like, on a crazy level.
That's what we're talking about. Like, anybody you want.
But someone that I feel like is more in sync with our sound, I would even mention, because I wasn't saying it before, but Boy Genius.
Mm-hmm.
They're a trio, and I feel like all three of them play instruments live on stage. But also Phoebe Bridgers has her own independent record label, and she helps produce a lot of other artists. So
Those are two great choices.
thank you.
All right, now, Deuce.
Both starts with a P.
You were going to say Pharrell,
Yeah, I
but
was gonna say Pharrell.
who else? You like all kinds of stuff.
Let me think now. Oh, I would say maybe like Tyler the Creator. Would be
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
really cool.
Bro, I
That
love
would be
that
really
guy.
I
cool.
feel like he has like
His brain is crazy too.
I kind of
the
knew
way-
you were going to say that, and I'm almost thinking, what if he remixed your stuff after you recorded
That'd
it?
be so cool.
That'd be crazy.
cool because like he really has like vibe, I guess, to where like I feel like he would help us make like a cool like summer EP or something, like on some like bubble tea kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of like song, you know. And I feel like
LA,
like
vibes,
LA,
yeah.
chill back, you know. I
Camp
feel like
Flognaw vibes.
Camp Flognaw vibes, yeah. I feel like
Great festival, by the way.
No, yeah, I feel like Tyler the Creator really would like kind of help like push us in a cool direction with our sound too.
That's a good diversity of choices. I like those. Who would you guys like to go on tour with as an opening act?
No doubt.
Who would give you the exposure you want? You know, who goes to places that you think that you do well? Who's an artist that you think that their audience would be receptive to the Sibs?
I feel like it would be really cool if we were showing you her earlier, and you love to say her name.
Biba Doobie?
Yes, Biba Doobie.
Oh my god, I was gonna say
Come on, let's all agree right now that
I would
maybe
agree
the most
too.
fun name to say is Biba Doobie.
Oh my god, yes.
I love her so much.
No, yes, I was gonna say her for sure because, well, as you know, we're Filipino. She's Filipino, and just like the sound, like her sound is like kind of like similar vibes, I guess, to the kind of music we're starting.
She's got a real
to
live
create,
vibe, right?
Yeah.
And like just
Energy.
Her energy is amazing, and it would be cool to meet her. And
Yeah.
get to perform.
Now we get to the real answer.
No,
Yeah.
but also like I feel like just in general, like her kind of a crowd is like the kind
Her
of like,
sound too.
Yeah.
the audience we're, I guess, looking for, and she would give us that. Like,
I can see that.
exposure, you know.
Yeah.
What about you, Emerson?
Well, I was gonna say Biba Doobie.
I know, me too.
Can I still say Biba Doobie and just expand on it?
You can just say her name.
Biba Doobie, Biba Doobie.
Yeah, people say, oh, sorry, you go.
It's my turn.
My
Kidding.
bad.
I feel like I
Sisters.
recently just went to her concert at
Where was that?
the Greek And
Baby Bowl.
Yeah, it was so good. The second she came on, I didn't think I was going to do this, but I just started crying.
Yeah.
Like, she is so freaking amazing. Just feel like...
So you got emotional because she kind of speaks to you.
Yeah.
With what she's doing.
And I feel like she's a Filipina artist that is part of our time, that really represents our culture, and really also doesn't just like throw her culture out there, like not in your face, but she
just happens to be.
Yeah, she
Filipino.
just happens to be, and I feel like that's
She
so
also
cool.
honors it, though.
Yeah, she honors it for sure.
She had a whole music video.
Oh yeah.
Does that give you, like, when you have the same feeling, give you confidence? You're like, she
Yeah.
can do that, I can do that. Like, here's someone I really relate to.
Yeah, and she started making music at a very young age, and I feel she built her career, and I feel like she's such a hard worker in what she does, and she just also has a really cool brain, I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, I also feel like that her aesthetic kind of matches ours a lot, and I think
And what is that, though?
like the sound of our music, obviously, but I also people
vibe
say
is
that
cool.
people say that she sounds like Nirvana or like Smashing Pumpkins or something, but with like a girly girl like singing on top of it, basically. Which I feel like is kind of the vibe that we give sometimes with some of our songs, like, you know, different game embroidered, all of that. But yeah, I think we're on a general consensus that we want to open for Biba Doobie for the Filipino vibe and for being a great artist.
All right, now this is an awesome answer, but I want you guys to come up with two more.
Okay.
Like right now, Biba Doobie might be too busy. So if people are listening, who are two other choices?
We were just naming a bunch of people. Claro would be cool.
For me, Claro would be cool.
Claro.
Yeah, she definitely has a different vibe than we do.
Or
but
Faye Webster.
Faye Webster would be cool.
The Marias.
I feel like women are really knocking down the doors in the music industry.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah, we were talking about that too. But I just feel like at the Grammys, you're about to see all women. I swear. Like,
that's good. It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
time. I mean, when I was closer to your age, the Lilith Fair was happening, and that was one of the first times that women, if they would have a festival, they would only maybe invite one woman because it was mostly men. But then Sarah McLachlan's like, screw that.
Yeah.
Makes her own thing, and it's all women.
are we allowed to curse on here?
Yes.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously. And I think this is happening for the second time in like a bigger level.
I mean, like, on a crazy level, I would even say, like, another, like, Olivia Rodrigo, because she's Filipino, too.
Yeah, she's hella
and
cool, I
she,
think.
I don't know. My mom really wants us to open for another band called Infinity Song, and they're a sibling group, too. Or, like, Jonas Brothers, that would be cool. Or Haim, because they're siblings as well.
Did you have another one?
Rex Orange County could be cool, too.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Rex
really
Orange
cool.
County.
He has a really cool audience and
He has a great
demographic.
audience. Yeah, the production on all his songs are very like intricate and like very like unique.
Are there any upcoming recordings or performances that you guys would like to promote? What have you been doing lately? Like, what's the last couple things you did? We talked about Yola Tango. That was a performance. Didn't you guys do a couple shows before that? You've been doing your feminine energy. Tell everybody about that.
Oh, yeah, so
That's a reoccurring thing, right?
It's a reoccurring event. It originally started out as a school project at my old high school, which was really funny. But then it kind of grew into this whole thing, sort of influenced by the Lilith Fair, too. But I work with the Bourbon Room in Hollywood, which is a super amazing
Beautiful club.
venue. Yeah.
Cool
and
people, cool vibe.
There's a stage, you can get drinks and food, and it's just like a really cool
all ages
vibe.
show.
Yeah, and it's an all ages show, and so basically I produce the show called Feminine Energy, and the whole lineup are all female live bands.
Female led.
Yeah,
'Cause I
female
remember there's
led.
a couple guys in there, right?
Yeah. Female led bands. They all play live music because that's kind of the energy that we like bringing to the event. And then we donate the proceeds of the tickets to a local organization called Alexandria House that basically helps house women and children.
How do you pick the bands?
That is a long and sort of random process. Sometimes it's through friends that I know, or sometimes people will reach out to me, because what's been cool about this is that we've actually been doing it
It's like
a couple
third time?
times. Yeah, no. So our next time will probably be like
Fourth.
the fourth time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing it for a minute now. So what's cool about it is that it's gained more traction and people have been talking about it and wanting to be a part of it.
Or whenever, like, you know, we meet kids our age, or whenever we talk to anyone who's like is in a band or anything, Ella just lets them know.
Yeah,
like,
we reach
hey,
out.
like, I got this show or whatever. Like, maybe send
So
you.
kind of word of mouth for right now.
Yeah.
Our last show, I don't know how this came about, but we had our closing act. Who was
The
it?
Wild Things.
The Wild Things from
Yeah, the Wild
London.
Things from
Yeah.
London.
Yeah, that's one I was trying to remember, right? How did that happen?
That was through mutuals and through friends too. Someone.
I know that the Wild Things had their own show.
They were also like performing at the Bourbon Room, and they wanted to be a part of this because they really liked the idea and sort of the message behind it as well. But yeah, we try and find them in all different ways, and we also, the three of us love music so much, we'll go to any concert. Like, we don't
Yeah.
care. Like,
It
we
does
just
not matter.
enjoy performance, and we
Live
enjoy like
music.
the energy of live music. Like, our parents have been taking us for the longest time to jazz night at LACMA for the
Right.
longest time.
Right.
And so we're always just seeing new bands and new people and, you know, networking.
Also, if you have like a female band and you want to let us know,
Oh,
we
yeah.
have an Instagram, or if you just want
Yeah,
to come
by
to
the
the
way,
shows.
because there's so many great younger female bands or female-led, what should they do?
You should go and reach out to,
What's the best way to get a hold of you guys? Like on social media?
yeah, social media is great.
Sibs,
Our band social is EJB the Sibs. I'm
Feminine Energy Concert.
Oh yeah, Feminine Energy the concert.
The concert.
Yeah, Feminine Energy the concert.
Where is that though? Instagram?
Instagram, yeah.
Or LJ Basco.
Or LJ Bosco.
Or Team Bosco?
Oh yeah.
You guys are just
We have a
everywhere.
lot of resources, yeah.
Or Derek
Just
Bosco.
hit us up.
Or Emily. Don't
Just search Bosco
Yeah,
and
yeah.
reach out. Yeah. When do you hope to do the next one?
This year, hopefully at the end of the year, but if not, beginning of next year, just depending on what bands we're securing and whatnot.
And they're so much fun. Like,
Yeah.
it's a huge social
It's
event
like
with
our-
high schoolers and non-high schoolers.
The
too.
three of us, it's like one of our favorite shows to perform because everybody is welcome. So the vibe is just really fun and everybody is just having a good time.
One of my favorite parts is always when Emerson gets excited and runs too far and unplugs her bass. I always wait for that moment.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I do
She's
that
like,
every show.
goes to the audience, take me out to the back. And then, I can't hear my bass.
To the point where my dad got us Bluetooth plug-in.
I just get so
quarter.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need really high quality Bluetooth so you can roam around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she can sprint through the crowd.
Where do you see yourselves, the band, in 5 years? What's your dream?
Ooh. In 5 years, hopefully we're still performing together and we're jamming. I think that will still happen. I mean, I would love us to be on a tour, and I think by then y'all will be graduated and we'll all have different schedules, but I still think it'll be manageable for us to do and figure out. Perchance. We shall see.
Deuce, where do you see yourself 5 years?
For the band.
Other than famous baseball player.
I see us definitely having like 2 like completely done projects. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like maybe like a couple albums, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Music
I
videos.
would say like, yeah, a couple music videos would be cool. And then like Hollywood Bowl. We're the Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Emerson, other than going on tour and playing bass for Bjork, what else?
Yes. And marrying her, because I'll be 19 by then, so it's okay.
I mean,
There you go.
Probably, yeah, I did the math right. In 5 years, I definitely see us still having a really strong connection because I really do love my siblings, even though sometimes they can be annoying. But yeah, I still feel like we're gonna have such a strong connection, and hopefully that we're going to excel at, like, you know, playing and also with our audience as well, and
Yeah.
you know, open it up. Because I feel like also with us being a band, we could always not be better, but be tighter and just like add new things and be more creative with ourselves. And I can't wait to see us grow as people and as musicians as well, finding ourselves in different styles and stuff.
Yeah, Deuce, what was the artist you said that you liked that totally surprised you with his last
Lil Yachty,
release?
yes.
Okay, so would you like to see the band go that way? Like every release is maybe a little bit shocking or not what you would expect?
Well, yeah, that would
you
be
agree
cool
with
because
that?
I know we have like our hard-hitting songs and then we have our soft-hitting songs, so I think it would be like, maybe cool if we one year dropped like really mellow,
funky
calm,
type thing.
chill album. Then we come out next year and it's just
Live with
bangers,
an orchestra.
loud,
Yeah.
super loud. And then like our shows, like
orchestras.
I'm even thinking about like if we go on tour, like our shows could be like cool where like first half of our show we're just like chill and everybody's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Like I know them, they're bangers, and then out of nowhere we just like hit them hard or something.
Yeah.
Would you guys ever like to
Crazy
have
performance.
a theatrical show? I think you and I have discussed this a million times. When I took my son to Kendrick Lamar, he was battling ninjas.
Yeah, I
Would
know.
you guys ever do anything
Insane.
theatrical beyond just getting up there and playing?
Wait, what
I
is-
honestly think we'll stick to our true essence of what our band is. And I mean, we're just really, I feel
like we
like
could
it's going to be
play.
both. I feel like it's going to be both because honestly, the trajectory of our sibling band has just started and there's so much room for us to grow, but I think it could be I think it could be cool to do both. I feel like playing live instruments is what makes it fun.
what is
like,
theatrical?
we could get-
No. So I'm saying you're
Like-
still playing live.
We could get some
But
big
visually-
production. Like we could get
Visually,
some
Visually, would
hell
you
yeah.
like to try
Yeah.
to be theatrical?
I'm saying,
That's what
like-
I'm asking.
Oh yes,
Do you
definitely.
have like a vision?
Wait, I don't
for
get
us.
that.
I'm
like
thinking
like
wait,
backgrounds
Tyler,
and
the
like
Creator,
music and
for
set
him, he like
design
blows
and
up out of a thing and then
yeah,
like
yeah.
starts like
I
going
would like
the
crazy.
theatrics of it,
Like for us, I feel like a cool thing could be like
fireworks
we have a
and
crazy
flames
set,
and
there's,
lasers.
like wind blowing crazy on the set with the background, and
Yeah.
then we're like, I'm on a platform, you're on a platform, Emerson's on her
Oh
own
my god!
platform.
Once we get like the creative direction to do
Yeah.
like whatever the hell we want with what as much as we could do with the visuals and the lighting and everything, like
I
that
saw.
would be so much fun.
Like I think I could see Deuce coming down a giant staircase, and as he steps on each step, it
It's
lights
like,
up.
yeah, or it like
Or,
makes a
boo, boo,
noise.
yeah.
I would want to be like in a swimming pool.
Or like I saw
a bathing
I
cap.
forgot what I think it was Slipknot like a long time ago. Their drummer did a whole part where his whole drum set flips upside
Yes.
down.
Now we got to remember, Buddy Rich did that
Yeah,
first, then
very
Tommy Lee,
but I think like just
and
in
then
general,
Slipknot. Yeah,
That's
you
very
got to have a seatbelt though, or you're gonna fall to your death. That would be bad, unless you want to end the show that way.
But I feel like that's the coolest thing ever. Like they just flip their whole set upside down and it
Yeah.
rotates, and then they're going crazy on a solo.
Yeah.
So cool.
Wait, have you seen? Do you know Rammstein?
Of course.
First of all, their music is crazy and it's so good. But I saw them at the Coliseum, and
You saw them live?
yeah,
Wow.
And the theatrics of that show itself, I feel like will not top anything else that I've seen in my life. Like they were in a cauldron, like a firing cauldron at one point. One of the band players was on a treadmill the whole time while he was playing. Like they were going around, like it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So you guys are open to visual
yeah,
ideas.
and crazy
Oh, yes.
random shit.
wild outfits.
Yeah.
Chaperone has some pretty outrageous
Oh, yeah.
outfits.
Oh
lately.
yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's
Me too.
campy and cool. Yeah.
Maybe we could have. This is wild at you. If we have like puppies running on the stage, and then we
Oh
give
my
the
God.
puppies
Oh
out.
my God.
And then we give the puppies out, and then we just keep doing it. But the animals get more strange and strange. So it's just with a dog, and then a cat, and then like a frog, and then like goes to like a zebra.
Wait, who's that guy that throws cake at people?
Oh, Steve Aoki.
Yeah. Have you heard of him? He throws cake at people during his performances. I've
Like
seen
he gets like 6 cakes.
like literally sheet cakes, and he'll throw them
and
at
people
people.
are like, cake me, and they just throw cake. I feel like also like
That's his theatric.
a lot of like EDM and house music, like
Oh, their visuals.
their visuals at those
They
shows
just make me want to.
so insane, like amazing. Like, it's crazy.
Okay, well, I always end these interviews by reading quotes, and I want to hear your response to them. Are you ready?
Yes.
I got 3 good ones.
Yes.
I don't have a therapist, so I use me as my own therapist when I'm making the music. Tyler, the Creator.
Oh.
How would you respond to that?
Dude, I would say, yeah, that's like very real. And like, to be honest, like, yeah, that's like very relatable. Like, making and creating things is like kind of like a way of like clearing your head. Like, it really does help with like your mental health and your anxiety.
Working your issues out.
Yeah.
What do you think about that quote, Emerson?
I think it comes from someone like Tyler the Creator is such a big person, and I feel like people forget that, you know, like famous people have feelings too, and they are a person. And for Tyler to be saying this, it's just so authentic, and that's how every human thinks sometimes, because, you know, he is human, we all are, and I feel like it's just a real answer, and that's just how it goes sometimes.
What do you think, Ella?
I relate to that a lot, and I think for the longest time, songwriting has definitely been a therapeutic outlet for me. Because, yeah, like I said, like a lot of the songs that I write are from personal experience, but what I think is cool about Tyler the Creator is that he puts a spin on such universal experiences that are relatable to a lot of people. And so when you hear people sing his songs, like everybody's singing it, you know?
Yeah.
But that's what's like therapeutic about it and really enjoyable, because you can all put it into your own personal life.
Context, yeah. All right, quote number 2. I think when you continually show up, you show the universe that you are capable of bringing this idea to life and manifesting it in the way that it's supposed to be manifested. I'm spiritual in the way where I think that the universe pays attention to that and then will give you better ideas. Olivia Rodrigo. Who wants to answer that one first?
That's crazy.
She's very articulate and very
Pisces. Spicy Pisces.
intelligent.
That's what I like to say. I think that, you know, creativeness comes from inside of you, and I feel like not everybody realizes it, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, I mean, like, not everyone notices it. And
I mean, that's what we're talking about. Everybody has creativity.
Mm-hmm. And maybe
endless inside them, right?
And I feel like maybe like the universe is trying to point signs to you that you are a creative person, even if you don't notice it. Like just think about like the little things that you do, like just humming a song while you're maybe walking or doing something. That's creative, and I feel like that is the universe trying to tell you, like, you know, you have a mindset that is creative.
And that could be different things. You know, you might be walking down the street humming and you're just in a good mood. Mm-hmm. When I was really, really young, we had this basement that was kind of scary. And whenever I went down there, I would start singing. Because I would just like, you know, I just kind of put my mind somewhere else. And just sing like really loud and then run back upstairs.
To distract you from being scared. Yeah.
What do you think about that quote?
I feel like she's saying like there's always benefits out of like creativity. Like being creative like never is going to hurt you, like, to be honest. Like when you are like figuring things out and like trying to like create your own like craft and like manifesting it, like there's really like a possibility of it working out compared to like in like the worst thing that could happen when you are creating is doesn't work out. But what do? You just like create more. And I feel like she's in a way saying that like when you create, like good things come out of it. Yeah.
And have you guys ever made something and you're like, oh, that sucked, but then a week later you're like, oh no, that was actually pretty good?
Yeah. Like
you know, like sleep on it.
Yeah.
You're always gonna like be your biggest critique for sure. Like after playing shows, of course, like I'm always thinking like, oh, this part could have went better, that part could have went better. But
right. Do you ever do the other way though? You look back, like maybe Ellie write a song, you're like, oh, I don't know, but then you sleep on it and you're like, whoa, that's better than I remember it.
Yeah, that happens a lot too, because I think it just sinks into my brain a little more, and I kind of think about it harder, and then when I wake up, I'm like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever written.
Yeah.
But
especially if you do a lot of attempts.
Yeah.
And you're like, I give up, I can't figure this out, and then you go back and go, oh, that's actually...
Yeah. I agree with Deuce, though. Like, sometimes we'll have performances, and then I'll watch the video back, and I can detect the mistake I made or something, but, like, generally speaking, I'm like, oh, no, this was a good performance that we did, and our energy was super lively, and we all felt super connected to each other, and I was like, okay. Yeah.
Just to add on to that, I feel like at certain points, you do need to be proud of yourself and what you're doing, I guess. You can't just be so hard on yourself, and you need to realize that creativity, it's not supposed to always be fit into this tiny box. Perfect.
Right.
Metronome, this, or, you know.
I hope not. That's boring, right?
Yeah,
BPM 145.
You need to remember that, you know, you're a person and this is your art, and it's okay to mess it, because maybe that's part of the art, and maybe that was supposed to happen. And I feel like, yeah, maybe things are supposed to happen and you don't notice it, and it creates something better than you thought it would.
Yeah, beautiful mistakes.
Yeah.
All right, last quote is kind of a long one, but stay with me and I know you'll like this one. During the lockdowns, Biba Doobie began to understand the demons she was running from. She had spent so long believing the narrative of the alien girl who got made fun of at school for bringing weird food, and for her vast sense of imagination, that she embodied a character to protect herself, which is where Ramona Flowers and all that hair dye comes from. It felt easier than accepting herself for who she really was. It was a confusing time, she said. I remember when I had blue hair, I would be so jealous, and when I saw Asian girls with black hair, she explains, and I would want to dye my hair black and be like, that's why the fuck don't you? But then would stop myself because I was trying to be Ramona Flowers. She felt she had to pursue this fantasy as a form of self-preservation. She puts on a high-pitched voice as though mocking herself. I'm Tyrana to Ramona Flowers. I was being sidetracked, even though I think it was a necessary part of my life. Fake it. Flowers was a phase I had to go through to get to where I am today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Had you guys heard that before?
No, but I think Ramona Flowers is a very good reference. That definitely hit me deeper than I thought it would. Oh my god! But I understand what she's trying to say, and I feel like as an Asian American girl, especially now too, I feel like there's definitely more representation that we are gaining through other artists,
right,
like Biba Doobie, which is absolutely amazing. But I understand that sort of mask that she wants to put on in order to conceal a different version of herself that she might think other people might not like, you know?
Is it like a comfort zone?
Yeah, but I really connect with that, and I think it's cool that she can be very authentic and vulnerable about that experience of sort of covering it up by trying to be like that cool girl sort of personality.
Maybe it's kind of a survival mechanism.
Right, yeah.
What do you think about that, Emerson?
I think that everyone goes on their own journey to figure out who they are, and sometimes it's not the cleanest journey, and I feel like everyone has bumps in the road, and I feel like it's just important to look at the bigger picture instead of zoning into one tiny detail. But at times that's really hard to notice something, I guess, and to define yourself. That is really hard, especially with quarantine going on, like she said,
right.
Being just stuck in your house and not being able to socialize and everything. I feel like, yeah, everyone. I guess I'm just trying to say everyone's experience is different, and it's important to see that it's okay to be different, and sometimes you can't always realize it. I feel like everyone went through that phase.
It sounds like you're also saying you don't need to be in a hurry to define yourself.
Yeah, you don't need to be in a hurry at all.
Maybe you don't define yourself to the end. Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah.
What do you think?
I feel like a big thing of what she was saying there is she was basically trying to fill a character of someone else when things weren't going right for her own self, and she was facing sort of problems. As she said, she was she felt kind of like this alien was chasing her. She noticed that, and so through that she kind of became someone else to escape that problem.
That's interesting, alien chasing her. Yeah. I like that.
She kind of became someone else to escape that problem, but then also noticed through that, I feel maybe it is these things that are personal to us that really kind of make ourselves who we are, which is why she was when I had blue hair I wanted the black hair the Asian girls. And I feel also just in general in society today with Instagram, with social media, lots of people are influenced on how others are portraying themselves, and they want to
putting up perfect pictures,
they want to fit
themselves.
in, they want to fit in, and a lot of people only put out their best kinds of person, it's a perfect person, And I feel like in a way that can like also like help yourself, because like you're gonna then strive to like better yourself. You're gonna strive to like become that person, but also in a way it's kind of like faking it.
It can be detrimental sometimes.
It can be detrimental sometimes. Yeah.
All right. Most importantly,
Yes.
where can people go to hear LJ Basco and the Sibs, like listening wise, recording wise? Like, what streaming services?
You
What's
can
the best place?
find all of it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. It's at LJ Basco. The Sibs are included, but not in the.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
What
to
about
be continued.
What about video wise? Just go to YouTube. Do you have your own
Video-wise,
channel?
you can just go to YouTube, look up LJ Basco. You'll see all of our music videos.
What's recommend, like, if they're going to look up 2 videos today, what do you recommend?
Look up Bubble Tea because Deuce and Emmy are also in it.
Gold.
I would say Gold is a cool one too because it addresses a larger message. Yeah.
How about any performances coming up anytime soon?
We have several different performances I was going to say several different performances that we're a part of in LA. One of them being Feminine Energy. So if you follow that account, like we mentioned before, you can stay tuned and see all the cool stuff.
You know
we're
what
about
we'll
to do
do
with that
is
again.
when that comes up, why don't we all get together again and talk about that and maybe have some of the artists?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
sound
it's
good?
fire.
Oh my
Wanna
god,
do
that
that?
would be cool.
Let's do
they
that.
would like that. Yeah,
Let's do that. And Deuce,
great coverage.
you've got a new show on Netflix,
Yes.
the one with Ted Danson. What's it called?
A Man on the Inside.
Yeah.
You can.
And who do you play?
I
Deuce?
play Ted Danson's oldest grandson.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Emerson, I hope I remember this correctly. What is the movie that you wrote and directed? What is it called?
Oh, I wrote and directed Can We Play? I did that when I was 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can people still see that?
Yes, people can still see that on my YouTube, Emerson Basco, just Emerson Basco.
And didn't you do, I know it's a while ago, but didn't you do a Nintendo commercial?
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah. Is that up anywhere?
I don't know.
Ella, what DC movie were you in?
I was in a movie called Birds of Prey. It was sort of the spin-off sequel to Harley Quinn with Margot Robbie. Yes, I played Cassandra Cain. People see us as musicians, but we are also actors, and Emmy is a director. So.
Any other cool projects that you guys did that you'd like to mention for people to check out?
Oh, our short films,
Yeah, all three of
too.
us acted in short films.
Yeah. So...
And we all played the leads in each of the short films.
Deuce has a short film called Verses that he's in. I'm in a short film called I'm in Love with Edgar Allan Poe. Both of those have been touring through different film festivals.
And
Emerson killed it in a new short film through AFI. Shout out to Grace and all of that. But it's called Anino.
Not out yet, but
Not
we'll
out
see.
yet, but yeah.
Anything else? Tell everybody the name of your dog.
Tiger Woods.
Our dog's name is Tiger Woods, and he loves Malcolm.
Oh, yes, he does.
Yeah,
he loves
he does.
Malcolm.
Well, so you guys have heard of the band Pink Floyd, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
When they play, they have a giant inflatable pig that flies over them.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, could we get an inflatable Tiger Woods?
Oh my god, that would be so funny.
Can we all agree to that?
If we wait, hold on. I'm logging this now for the future. Our merch should have like Tiger's face on
Yeah.
it or
Also,
something. That would be so funny.
Tiger,
Where
he has
is
a little mohawk.
Yeah, what kind of dog is he?
Oh
He's a
my god,
terrier
with the
mix.
mohawk.
Yeah, no,
with the
our
merch
dad
with the mohawk.
He's like a different color mohawks. I don't know where he's
Yeah,
somewhere.
he's in here.
No, you should make
Yeah.
a shirt of
Every time I
his
come
one.
over here, his mohawk is a different color. He's a little
Yes.
bit natural today.
Oh, he
Yeah,
is.
he's yeah.
Where does he get his hair styled?
Our dad.
Our dad styles it. He styles it very naturally and healthily. We are not abusing our dog, I would like to say. But yeah, he dyes our dog's hair naturally sometimes, like different colors. A lot of the time for the holidays, my dad will dye it red, so he's matching with everyone.
All right, I got an idea. Let's end with ASMR.
Yes.
Do you guys agree to come back and talk to me again?
Yes.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Just get started.
They're doing ASMR.
Okay, my turn. You're not very good.
This is so dumb. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're gonna like... You guys look silly. I wish people could see what you guys look like right now. Yeah, go to sleep, everybody. Thank you for watching. Okay, no more. We're done. Now they're just being ridiculous and extra.
Oh, Malcolm's gonna...
Shh. Oh my god. That's a pretty good one.
Okay.
It sounds like birds.
Okay, anyways.
Ella, Emerson, Deuce, thanks a lot. Can we do this again soon? Next time Feminine Energy comes up?
Yes, thank you.
LJ Basco and the Sibs. All right. Emerson, take us out.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a peaceful night. Please listen to Bjork.
No, LG Basco and the Sibs.
Yeah, that one too.
And stay tuned on this podcast for more.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Okay, no more.